Hi, my name is Jane. I'm a master's student in the Health Research Methodology program at McMaster University. And today I'll be sharing some preliminary findings from a systematic review and meta-analysis of opioid-sparing effects of medicinal cannabis or cannabinoids for chronic pain. I'd like to firstly thank my supervisor, Dr. Jason Bussa, for providing me the opportunity to lead this project and also to share the results today. Before I get started, I would like to recognize that I'm presenting from the traditional territories of the Mississauga and the Haudenosaunee Nations, and within the lands protected with the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement. To provide some background, opioid guidelines have highlighted the substantial risks that accompany the use of opioids for chronic pain and recommend against high-dose opioid prescribing. This has generated a great recognition of harms among both patients and also providers of opioids. And as a result, there's great enthusiasm to look for other alternative approaches for chronic pain, one of which is medicinal cannabis. While we do have cross-sectional data that suggests that medicinal cannabis may be an effective substitute for opioids, a recent systematic review only found very low certainty evidence to inform the effect of medicinal cannabis on reducing opioid use among chronic pain patients. This led our team to update this review to include more recent evidence and have a better understanding of the efficacy and harms of adding medicinal cannabis to prescription opioids among people living with chronic pain. This brings us to our research question. Among people living with chronic cancer or non-cancer pain who are currently using prescription opioids, how does the introduction of medicinal cannabis compare to continued care without medicinal cannabis impact opioid use, pain intensity, sleep disturbance, physical functioning, and harms at a minimum of 2-week follow-up? And these outcomes are selected on the basis of the impact statement. Here's an overview of our methods. We started in December of 2021 with a protocol registration on the Open Science Framework at the DOI listed on the screen here. Our medical research librarian, Rachel Kuban, conducted systematic searches in various databases such as Medline, PsycInfo, Central, various clinical trial databases as well. And this was done in January of 2022. Then we formed pairs of reviewers who conducted full text screening and title and abstract screening independently and in duplicate. Data extraction was also done in an independent fashion as well, and so was quality assessment. We used risk of bias tools from the Clarity group at McMaster University, and again, this phase was independent and in duplicate. The current stage we're at right now is the data analysis stage. We are doing a random effects meta-analysis. Our continuous outcomes, such as pain intensity, opioid consumption, sleep disturbance, when possible, will be pooled to create weighted mean differences. And for our binary outcomes, such as adverse events and harms, so nausea, vomiting, disorientation, for instance, these, when possible, will be pooled for to create risk differences. And we will also report the 95% confidence interval associated with the pooled estimates that we derive. Last stage here is our certainty of evidence. We will be using the grade approach. And again, this stage will be done independently and in duplicate. This brings us to our study selection process. We started out with 1,500 records that were retrieved in the search. Of these, 1,281 were found to be unique, and we screened them in our title and abstract screening process, which we found 145 to be potentially eligible. These went through our full text screening process, in which we found 9 eligible studies, which were included in this review. In addition to the 17 previous, we have a new total of 26 total studies included in this review, which we will be presenting results for. Here are the 9 new studies that we contributed. All of these were published in the years of 2020 and 2021. And these studies included nearly 4,000 adults living with chronic cancer or non-cancer pain. And in each study, there was a mean of about 400 participants each. Most studies, so 7 out of the 9, were longitudinal in design with follow-up periods as long as 12 months. And we anticipate that all of our analyses will be complete by June of 2022. Here are our references. And in conclusion, as more patients are looking to cannabis for chronic pain relief, it's really important that we understand the benefits and the harms, and we continue to assess the evidence for its certainty and synthesize it through systematic reviews such as this. Our results will be used to inform a clinical practice guideline conducted by methodologists at the Michael G. DeGroot National Pain Center in the guideline that is currently underway and under development right now. I've left my email on the screen here. Please contact me with any feedback or comments you might have on this project, or if you're looking for collaborators on another research project in the realm of chronic pain, I would love to discuss further. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much for your attention, and I hope to connect.